President Hakainde Hichilema has declared that the 2026 general election is a must-win for him and the ruling United Party for National Development, UPND, stressing that victory is essential to continue the work his government has begun and fulfill its development agenda. Push to continue government work. Speaking at a rally in Choma, Southern Province, President Hichilema framed the election year as critical to the future of Zambia's progress. He said that although his administration has achieved important milestones, there is still much work to be done, and that winning the 2026 polls is necessary to ensure continuity of ongoing reforms and projects. Hichilema reiterated that the UPND's program is not yet complete, and that the party must secure another term to finish what has started for the benefit of all Zambians. His message included themes of unity, hope, and shared national purpose, as he appealed directly to voters to support his leadership at the ballot box. Focus on development and unity. In his address, Hichilema emphasized his love for all Zambians and the need for collective effort and support to move the country forward. He urged citizens to remain engaged and participatory in the democratic process, underlining that continuity in governance is vital for sustained progress. The president also highlighted plans for further investments in key sectors, including power generation with additional coal and solar capacity, to help tackle long-standing challenges like load shedding and support broader economic growth. Political context ahead of the election. President Hichilema's call for a must-win 2026 election comes against the backdrop of ongoing political competition in Zambia. While the UPND aims to build on achievements such as economic stabilization and increase investor confidence, the opposition continues to mobilize, arguing for alternative leadership and strategies. Recent opinion polls have indicated significant support for Hichilema, with some surveys showing him leading potential opponents by a wide margin, underlining the strength of his position as the country heads toward the August 2026 elections. Looking ahead, as Zambia approaches the 2026 polls, the president's message of unfinished work and national unity will likely be central to the UPND's campaign narrative. For Hichilema and his supporters, the election represents a crucial opportunity to solidify gains made over the past term and to continue shaping Zambia's political and economic future. UPND endorses Hichilema as presidential candidate as PFMP backs his re-election bid. Home Affairs and Internal Security Minister Jack Muyembu announced that the ruling United Party for National Development, UPND, has officially settled on President Hakainde Hichilema as its presidential candidate for this year's general election. Muyembu made the declaration while addressing a public rally in Choma, Southern Province, which was attended by President Hichilema and senior party officials. He told the gathering that the party leadership had unanimously agreed that Hichilema should continue leading the UPND into the upcoming polls, citing the need for continuity in governance and the completion of ongoing national development programs. Patriotic Front, PF, Chama South Member of Parliament Davis Mungando also openly endorsed President Hichilema's candidature at the same rally. Mungando's endorsement is notable given his opposition party affiliation, highlighting shifting political dynamics ahead of the elections. Addressing the crowd, Mungando praised President Hichilema's leadership and called on Zambians to support him, arguing that the country needs stability and consistent leadership to consolidate economic and social progress. His remarks were met with applause from rally attendees, signaling growing cross-party support for the incumbent president. The endorsements in Choma underscore the UPND's early campaign momentum and reflect increasing political realignments as parties and individuals position themselves for a highly competitive election season. PF Chama South MP confesses, "We destroyed everything so Hichilema could fail." In a stunning and controversial revelation, Patriotic Front PF, Chama South Member of Parliament Davis Mungando has claimed that members of his former party intentionally undermined Zambia's economy and institutions to make it difficult for President Hakainde Hichilema and the United Party for National Development, UPND government to succeed. Shocking admission of political sabotage. During a public address reported on January 8, 2026, Mungando told supporters that senior figures within the PF deliberately damaged key economic and governance systems in the final days before the party's 2021 election defeat, meaningfully weakening the foundation upon which the incoming administration would have to build. According to the MP, The aim was to ensure President Hichilema's government would struggle from the outset, according to multiple social media and news excerpts summarizing the incident. Mungendo did not shy away from the severity of his comments, suggesting that the party expected ordinary Zambians to quickly turn against Hichilema as hardship unfolded, positioning the PF as acting in purely strategic self-interest rather than national interest. Accusations and claims. While full details from the original Zambian Observer story were restricted, secondary social media posts highlight that Mungendo went further, implying that some party members even prayed for the new administration's failure, a deeply provocative claim that ignited political debate online and in local circles. His remarks paint a picture of systemic sabotage in an opposition in turmoil, struggling to come to terms with its own legacy after losing power. If accurate, they raise difficult questions about political responsibility, loyalty to democratic transitions, and the ethics of opposition conduct in Zambia's evolving political landscape. Context: ongoing PF turmoil. Mungendo's confession comes at a time when the Patriotic Front has been under intense strain. The party has experienced leadership disputes and internal fragmentation following its 2021 defeat, compounded by disagreements over constitutional reform and the controversial Constitution Amendment Bill No. 7 passed in December 2025. That bill prompted the PF's acting leadership to expel MPs who supported it, a move reflecting deep divisions within the opposition. Political reactions and implications. Reactions to Mungendo's comments have been mixed. Supporters of President Hichilema and the UPND may view the confession as confirmation of long-held suspicions that the previous government engaged in damaging tactics to undermine the transition of power. Conversely, PF loyalists and critics are likely to dismiss the claims as politically motivated grievances aimed at discrediting the party ahead of the 2026 general elections. Regardless, the remarks underscore the high-stakes atmosphere in Zambian politics as the nation prepares for a pivotal electoral year. Looking ahead, with Zambia's political environment becoming increasingly polarized, this confession adds fuel to debates over governance, accountability, and the legacy of past administrations. As analysts and citizens alike digest these claims, their full impact may not be clear until broader investigations and political discourse unfold in the run-up to the next election cycle, a period likely to be defined by intense scrutiny and fierce political contestation.